Before I go to bed, I need to get this out of my system. And what I mean is that ever since I did my Ravus switch places with Noctis, this is another theory I wanted to come out with. Now, I know this is going to get people riled up and type very angry, sweet nothings on the keyboard. Let's just control ourselves. I know I'm a hot guy, but let's control our ecox in this. Sorry for that inappropriate joke. I just wanted to put some humor in this, just to be more entertaining and spontaneous. But anyways, we just came from the Maury show, and we've learned something today. Ideolas Aldercrapt, you are the father of Ravus Noxlore. Let's get started and break down. First of all, Ravus does not look anything like his mother, Queen Silva, except for like facial structure. And Lunafrey is the one who took her mother's looks. You know, that actually inherited her mother's looks. Now, it is true that Ravus is the son of Queen Silva, but there's a good reason why there was no Tenebrae King. There's a good reason why there's not a Tenebrae King. And I'm going to break it down why. If Ravus were to become an old man, like if he were to live a long time, and since he's not Lucius Caelian, you know, even though he's strong and he has a demon in him, he'd still age, just accelerated aging. Like, look at Arden. Arden kind of looks like a mixture of young and old. If you look at Arden's face close, you could see a little bit of wrinkles and crow's feet. Hence why Arden puts eyeliner on so people don't notice that. You know. And either Ideolas was either old or maybe Ideolas lived with the Star Scourge for a long time. Thus, you know, why Ideolas is old. But if you take a look at Ideolas and Ravus, besides their specific outfits, yeah, Ravus would be different. I doubt Ravus would be kind of having a messed up hairline like Ideolas. Even though the father's genetics are 10 times more superior. And that's probably where Ravus got his power from besides his demon power. That's probably where he got his strength at. Even though Ideolas uses a gun, Ideolas does fight. As we've seen in chapter 13 verse 2, you actually seen Ideolas use dark magic on Ravus. So, pretty much, Ravus is just as powerful, even without the demon stuff in it. He's just as powerful. That's why the only thing he lost from the Ring of Lucii was his arm and nothing else. As if you've seen in King's Glaive, one of the King's Glaive members that betrayed Nyx put on the ring and burnt to cinders. Ravus only lost an arm, and he's just as unworthy as the other guy, even though Ravus is stronger. But why do you think Ravus is stronger? Maybe Ravus is not a Noxlore at all. Maybe only a name. He's an Aldercrapt. There's a reason why there's no King of Tenebrae picture, because Queen Silva, when she was probably younger, dated Ideolas. And the reason why I say this makes a lot of sense. And I know we're going to have some angry people that just can't wait to pull that keyboard out and show me their sexual frustration to my videos. But please don't. Please don't. Okay, keep the comment section clean. Well, anyways, I got Automod, so it don't really matter. But anyways, if you ever notice that the Niflheim territory is close to Tenebrae, even though this would be before Tenebrae becomes a permanent territory of the Niflheim Empire, it's close to where the Niflheim Empire is. It's close to the capital of Galea, and Galea is where the Niflheim Empire is at. You know, after you pass that desert thing, after you go to the train, then, you know, you go into that one area, and then you go to the icy area of Niflheim, and that's where episode Prompto is going to take place, is in that icy area. And if you ever notice, it's close to Tenebrae, meaning that Ideolas was once the king of Tenebrae as well. Or at least, you know, end up hooking up with her at one point. And maybe they have not married. Maybe they haven't had an official marriage because Queen Silva figured out Ideolas' true plans. I think, and just like the description, thing says, the description loading screen says, Ideolas Aldercrapt was a beloved emperor until one day he started using fear, hatred, and greed, and it scared his people, even to the point of impeachment. And it's on the title screen. Maybe there was one time Ideolas was a good guy. That Ideolas was not bad at all. And I think when he started to lose Queen Silva, it kind of fucked with his emotions. It kind of changed his psyche a little bit. And I'm going to tell you, I know that sounds crazy, but love can do things to you that you never expect. Trust me, I know this subject all too well. Love can mess you up. You remember Vincent and Lucretia, when Lucretia broke off the engagement to Vincent and hooked up with Hojo? Vincent got really depressed. And then when Lucretia supposedly lost her life, Vincent locked himself in a coffin for 23 years. So who's not to say that this was the final straw when Queen Silva left Ideolas, because Ideolas got a little greedy and his personality has changed. So his lust for power has chased off Queen Silva. Now, after he probably lost Queen Silva, that was the final straw. That was the final straw. So he went to Arden with everything. And that's why Arden was able to manipulate it, because Ideolas thought if he had more power, and the power of the Scourge, and the power to, and if he killed all the Astrals and had the power of the Scourge, Ideolas would be able to have anything he wanted. He wanted to have the world and possibly to get Queen Silva back. Now, I know this is a stretch. That's another possibility of the origin story that possibly could happen between Queen Silva and Ideolas Aldercrapt. You know, Ideolas Aldercrapt could have got greedy, and there's probably a reason why when you see younger Ravus with Queen Silva, there's no other man except for the guards of Queen Silva, because Queen Silva probably and Ideolas fell apart. But before all of that, since Ravus is much older than Lunafreya and much older than Noctis, you know, and even if this did happen in old age, even if this happened when Ideolas was in his old age, let's just say it did, because that makes sense to the timeline of Ravus' birth. So Ideolas is old, Queen Silva's old. They both can't find anybody because, well, they're both old people. They're both old. You know, Ideolas wanted to have Queen Silva and hand in marriage. But then Queen Silva figured out a negative thing about Ideolas, that whatever happened drove her away. Or maybe she figured out the plans to use demons and put them with, if this is old Ideolas, of course, you know, to fuse demons with humans to make super soldiers. And Queen Silva, there's a good reason why Queen Silva would never tell Ravus about his father. And that's gonna, and besides Ravus wanting revenge on King Regis because he perceived King Regis to be his mother, Queen Silva's killer, there's another possible reason for Ravus to join the Niflheim Empire. Maybe he does know that Ideolas is his father, and he knows how powerful his father is, so he can get power from his father, Ideolas Aldercrapt. You know, he can get power from his father, even though his father's a rotten bastard at this point in time. He knows he can get power from him, even though later on Ravus figures out he's a pawn of Arden's, and that's why Ravus calls Ideolas a puppet. Now, he only wanted power. He never really loved, even if he, whether he knew or didn't know, let's just, for argument's sake, say that Ravus knew Ideolas was his father. He didn't really love his father that much, considering the fact he ended up betraying him in the end after losing his sister. But I guess really Ideolas and Ravus weren't really close at all, you know, which will make so much sense to, this will make so much sense to the parallels, because King Regis and Noctis were close. That's why Noctis was distraught, heartbroken when he found out his father got killed. Like, sure, Sure, Gladiolus and Ignis, and mostly Ignis raised Noctis and, King Regis' stay, but King Regis had a relationship with his son. And because, you know, Queen Silva wanted Ideolas out of the picture for being the evil SOB he is, Ravus never had that relationship, so it was easy for Ravus to betray Ideolas. And maybe Ideolas later on working with Ravus. I mean, even though Ravus had multiple partners, Ravus was partners with Aranea, partners with Verstel, and recently assigned partners with Arden, which Arden took him in and trained him a little bit. But him and Ravus would work close because Ravus is the High Commander. And this is where it makes a lot of sense why Ravus would be promoted to High Commander. It's not the fact that he's also strong. Maybe Ideolas knew Ravus was a son. So if he gave him position of High Commander, if anything were to happen to Ideolas, he would hope his son Ravus would take the mantle of Niflheim Emperor, So he's very proud, and he always treated Ravus like a son a little bit, even though he used Ravus for his power, and used Ravus since Ravus is the king of Tenebrae because, Queen Silva's dead, so royalty goes passed down, so the resources that Tenebrae has belongs to the Niflheim Empire, and that's why Ravus is so angry, because he also lost his kingdom. But Ravus and Ideolas never had a relationship because Queen Silva told him to, probably didn't tell him, probably told him his father died just to keep him from searching. And that's going to be the other reason why Ravus would actually go search for Ideolas as well. Not just only being pissed at King Regis, but wants to know the truth about his daddy. And if his daddy can give him the power he needs to avenge his mother's death, then that's what he'll do. And Ideolas brought him up to be the High Commander of the Niflheim Empire because he was proud of Ravus' accomplishments. He's proud of it. In fact, Ideolas sacrificed General Glocka. That's why he had General Glocka not kill little Ravus. Because just like Verstil is interested in Prompto again, Ideolas would be interested in his son Ravus. So, before all the betrayal stuff in chapter 13, verse 2, he sacrificed General Glocka, one of the strongest Niflheim generals out there, to recruit Ravus. He sacrificed General Glocka, a good, loyal servant of the Niflheim Empire that's close to King Regis, to get Ravus recruited. So maybe Ideolas knows, or at least he comes to figure out, working with Ravus, that he's actually Ravus' father. That him and Queen Silva's fleeing ended up in a child, because Ravus don't look anything like Lunafreya or Queen Silva, except for facial structure. Only Ravus' facial structure kind of looks like Lunafreya a little bit. But Lunafreya looks like her mother, and Ravus would look like his father. But his father, the original king of Tenebrae. The only thing that's weird and that contradicts this theory is how could he be the Niflheim Emperor and the king of Tenebrae? Maybe my theory's wrong. Maybe he became the Niflheim Emperor after Tenebrae and was still beloved until the people started figuring out the truth, which Queen Silva exposed him, and that's why he feels betrayed. And then when Ravus turns his back on Ideolas is heated with anger and uses his high-level dark magic purple beam in order to make Ravus fall and kill Ravus, because he felt betrayed by both his wife and his son. Now tell me what you think about this theory. May the crystal be with you. I know this sounds stretching, but wouldn't it be cool? Just like and subscribe.